End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. They have nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between, like the days of radio, almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker, reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
Suicide's increasing among the youth, and many of them playing suicide games. This has to stop. Parents, watch your kids, and if you feel there's something going on and they are considering suicide, please talk to them, help them. And if it seems hopeless, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. They can help. It's free and confidential. The call will be answered by a trained counselor in a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The weird, the strange, the bizarre. Way out fun, way out there. Another show coming soon on GJRB Online.
B Bumble Bingos in the Stingers, or is it B Bumble I don't know. This song, the word, the artist that does it, hard to pronounce but I love this piano piece. Bumble Boogie, yeah. Yeah, it's great. That kind of an upbeat version of the Flight of the Bumblebee, and a big hit for our group in 1961, I think, something like that. Welcome back to the best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the program we are listening to across America. And we had Mike Myers on earlier. He was telling me that that my sound was not loud enough. I'm hoping that he joined me in this next part. Let me know that we're doing good. I hope so. I mean, I don't know why, but just a little bit off key here. But anyway, welcome back to the best of the Gary Russen program. Hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening to across America. Here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying the best of show. And it's just a place to kind of, bring back some great memories. We have some good memories here. And give you a chance to
listen to the show. So we've got a lot more coming up. We've got some nonstop stuff coming up right now. So we're going to keep on going as we continue the Best of the Gary Russen program here on Spreaker. I'm hoping that maybe perhaps we can get some listeners here and who can enjoy some of the great memories we've had past shows. I mean, I had some really good stuff in January, and that's mostly where a lot of this is from. I didn't get time to hit February and March, so we're going to do that on the next program when I return. And this program will be on the air either live or it will be a uploaded podcast. It will be pre-recorded. Either way, we'll have it on just about every weekend in rotation with and live every other week in rotation with the best of the in rotation with Gary J Sports Page, the best of the Gary Russen program Saturday Extra, and the Blues House, which is debuting on Memorial Day weekend. And that's going to be a good show. I love blues. I'm into that music. I really do. And I have some really good stuff. So if you'll tune into the Blues House, it's going to be on the air, and we're going to do that in, I'm going to say January. I know January. We're debuting the show on Memorial Day weekend. So within that time frame, we're going to be doing this. It's going to be a great show. We got all kinds of really good stuff. I mean, some really good blues. Now, I debuted that show way back in 2014, I think it was, and I never had it on since. I don't know, I had too many shows going on at the same time, but I'm gonna try this show again, and this time a lot more often. So I hope you'll enjoy the Blues House debuting in May, Memorial Day weekend, right here on GJRB. And of course, I have a lot of promos for that, so you want to catch it. All right, meanwhile, though, I'm going to continue with the Best of the Gary Russen program here on Spreaker across America, and we're doing a recap of some of the great memories of past programs. We got a lot of them for you. I mean, a lot of really good stuff. So I hope you'll tune in and enjoy the program. Meanwhile, back in the jungle, I've got a piece that I want to play for you that I think you might find interesting. There's a California movement right now going on to split the state. And this is from our same show, January 19th, Part 2. In that part of the Gary Russen program, a new movement to split the state of California. Listen to this. Another news story. Hear this one. This is an interesting one. I just read this and I come across it and I saw this. What? New California movement going on out west. Yeah, new California movement. What they want to do is they want to split up the state. Yeah, this is interesting. Two men have launched a campaign to divide rural California from coastal cities. They're motivated by the tyranny they feel going on in the form of government that doesn't follow the U.S. Constitution or state. San Francisco Chronicle reported that unlike the failed 2016 campaign to split California into 6 states, the new California movement is funded by Robert Paul Preston and Tom Reed. And they seek to consider rural California into a distinct economy separate from the coast. See, they want to split the state before the earthquakes do. Yeah, really. Several years of overtaxation, regulation, and mono-party politics are part of this. Many of the 58 counties have become ungovernable. And the movement declared in its website, Preston and Reed say that the citizens of the state live under the tyrannical form of government that does not follow constitutional requirements. Interesting.
Preston told CBS in Sacramento, the CBS affiliate there, quote, "There's something wrong when you have a rural county such as this one, and you go down to Orange County, which is mostly urban, and it has the same set of problems. And it happens because of how the state is being governed and taxed," unquote. The, quote, "founders," unquote, involved Article, I think 4, is that Section 3, U.S. Constitution, as justification for establishing a new economy with new state constitution. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna create their own constitution in the state of California. They're gonna separate the state. They're gonna create their own constitution. This is going to be interesting. This is a trend that's probably yet to come in the United States. Splitting up a state. California wants to split up their states. They're wanting to call it New California. You know what that sounds like? Anybody you remember watching Buck Rogers in the 25th Century? Yeah. Buck Rogers in the 21st Century. Didn't they have New Everything in that show? I think they had one. What was that? New Boston. What was that called? Where were they set? I'm trying to remember that. Anybody remember the original that series with Gil with what's his name? Gil. I can't remember his name. Yeah, and the robot Tweaky and all them. I always thought Gil Gerard, wasn't it? I used to love that show. Anybody remember that? I used to watch that all the time. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. And then they had the cartoon Duck Dodgers in the 25th in the half century, with Daffy Duck. And anyway, focus, Russen, okay? Don't want to sound like Mike. Let's see. It was a good series. I used to watch that. It used to come on, I think, on NBC on Thursday night. It was on opposite the Waltons, so it was kind of a battle between the Waltons and that show. I used to watch it. I thought it was a great series. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. And they used to do New Boston, I think. New this, new that. I know you all recollect this show. They were rerunning it on MeTV, I think. No, it was that other channel it used to be on, the Channel 4, off Channel 4. Retro Television. Remember Retro Television? They used to run that. I think they said Retro Television's still on the air. It's just not carried here. They used to carry it on Channel 4's tier, 4.2. Early digital. One of the first channels to run reruns like that on digital. When they found out it was successful, then they started doing MeTV, and then you started seeing MeTV in the antenna. This was prior to that. It was and that's from our previous Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. They're talking about splitting the state of California, and then I went into this bit about the TV series Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Or 25th? Yeah. No, anyway. And there was Duck Dodgers in the 20th. Yeah, okay. Anywho, you're listening to the best of the Gary Russen program. Hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're tuning in across America. And we had an audience in the first hour of our live show, and don't have anything so far in this hour. So I was hoping maybe we would get somewhere here. So, well, let's hope maybe we can gain some kind of audience here and for this next hour, because I've got a lot of really good stuff. Ben Osman Osan will be on. Oh, and Mike Miners, I'm going to play the first time he was on the air with us, I believe. That's coming up. That I believe will be coming up in this hour coming up. Yeah, right after the top of the hour. We're going to play another piece, but before we do, we're going to let you know that it's 4 o'clock in the Central Time Zone right now. 5 o'clock East, 2 o'clock Pacific. You are listening to GJRB Online on Spreaker across America, and we're doing the big review, the best of the Gary Russen program right here. From America's heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
Suicide.
And don't need that. Okay, don't need that. You're listening to the best of the Gary Russen program on Spreaker across America, GJRB Online, and I hope you're enjoying it. We're in the second hour of our 3 1/4 month review, but pretty much a January review of the best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. And right now we're going to do that. We're going to go and talk about our next segment here, and it's brief because I want to talk about it. This happened in January, of course, and remember when that couple was holding their children hostage? Yeah, do you remember that one? This goes back to our January show in the part two segment. 13 kids being held hostage. Parents since prosecuted for that, but this was just a terrible thing that happened with this. First, describe shock of leaving 13. Did you hear about this? Well, we got to talk about this one. This is a recent story. 13 kids allegedly held captive by their parents. Did you hear about this? Could not believe it when I heard this. This is pitiful. They have been prosecuted, and the kids were taken away. All the way up to, I think, late teens, something like that. I'm going to do this story before I play some music, because this is pathetic. This is terrible. Neighbors reported this. Married couple near Los Angeles. They were holding their 13 children captive. Now they're facing charges of torture and child endangerment. Yeah. Anywhere, children from ages from 2 to 29. Officials say some of them were found chained to their beds. Parents of the male suspect were expressed shock at the thought of this news. Reportedly told the family they was deeply religious, and the parents felt they called by God to have so many children. Yeah, these got to be these like whacked out weird out cults. They had to be.
I had this chest cold, but my medicine kept wearing off.
Did not want that on there. Okay. I'm going to
then I discovered
click out of
mucinex.
that.
One pill lasts 12 hours.
Stupid commercial
I'm good.
in there.
Why take 4-hour medicine?
What? So yeah, you know the story. You've heard it. Pathetic. Really sad. Like, why would anybody who have children they love and do that to them? I just don't understand people today. I really don't. I just don't get it. I mean, I just don't understand. And not only that, these cults, all screwed up. All screwed up. I'm telling you what. I'll tell you what, right now, though, what we're going to do right now is we're going to do some celeb birthdays and stuff like that. We're going to kind of jump into that. And we'll see what you think about this. We're talking a lot of stuff, so if you want to get in the chat room and join the program, please do. Or I'm going to try that again. I'm going to see if I can get that Skype open. Let me see if I can try one more time. Okay. Sometimes it's a weird fluke. Some days, for some reason, the internet acts up and does all kinds of stupid things. And tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to play a song. Let's play a song. Okay, you're listening to the best of the Gary Russen program. Check this one out. This is the one I want to play for you. Now, listen to this. This is the bit with the donut shop making, yes, Tide Pod donuts. Check this out. Okay, this is not funny. This is a story from our KWQC Channel 6 in Davenport. I'm going to pull this up. This is disgusting. can't believe they're going to pull this one off. This is a story that this is not funny, folks. I'm not kidding you. They're doing this. Yeah. Tide Pod Donuts. Are you kidding me? What? A challenge involving people who are mostly teenagers eating the laundry capsules on video for others to see on social media. Now, Hertz Donuts joined on to the craze by selling donuts in the version of the laundry capsules. So what? You're kidding me. Oh, man. No. Why? This is from our KWQC channels, actually from KSNW, which is an NBC affiliate. There's a donut chain doing this. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing this. Hertz Donuts representative, I don't know who it says, Trista Patterson, owner of Hertz Donuts, wherever that's at, says, quote, we just kind of put out the post as just a funny alternative to something more serious. Saying that we see so much heavy stuff every day that we're just trying to be putting a little lighter spot into it on a serious subject. But not all were amused by this, okay, which I agree. A Facebook post by the donut shop announced the Tide Pod Donuts. One person commented, quote, I'm sad people think this is so funny. So what if there is a size difference? This is bad. Children are going to see this and associate them with these pods. I agree with that. They're going to think it's okay to eat they're donuts. Come on, people. You got to be... Jeez. I can't believe this. I just don't get it. People just have to sit and think of this stuff. They sit in the boardroom and they think of this stuff. And it's like, Tide Pod Donuts, get them out of here. I don't want them. Get them out of here. I don't want them there. Donuts. Tide Pod Donuts. This doesn't even sound good. Oh my goodness. I have a recorded report from this. Let's see if it works. This is just hilarious, folks. I ain't kidding you. I don't know. Why? Where do you think of this stuff, man? You know? Okay, wait a minute. It's gonna play. I put it on hold while I hook this up to the. Let's see if it'll play first before I do this, because it's being stubborn now. For some reason, it's not playing. I hate this. It's not playing. It's not playing. Here we go. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to kind of hold it back. I'm going to put it on pause. Okay. Wind it back. Oh, come on. Get on there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, you booger. Okay. I'm going to try it on the big computer. Let's try it on the big computer. For some reason, it's not playing on the tablet. It's being stubborn about it. So let's see if it'll play here. I'm going to click over and get in on that. Let me see. Looks like it was going to start. They're on hold. Let me see. Maybe just kind of get half a story, if anything. Let me see here. I'm gonna let the
Heavy stuff every day that we're just putting a little lighter approach on a serious subject.
And it was a pretty popular decision, according to some people who
Okay, let me see if I can start this over. Not sure if I can
decided
start...
to test it out.
Oh, come on now. Let me see if we can get this to play over again. I'm not sure it'll play. Okay, I'm going to go right back up to the beginning. Okay, let's see if it will play. Okay, let me see if this is going to play now. Okay, let's see.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
These guys are
Here we go.
talking about the Tide Pod donut they're tasting for the first time. It was an option owners say they wanted to add for the day.
We just kind of put out the post as just a funny alternative to a more serious topic. We see so much heavy stuff every day that we're just putting a little lighter approach on a serious subject.
And it was a pretty popular decision, according to some people who decided to test it out.
I got the Tide Pod donut. I got it because it's a popular trend on Facebook and Twitter. I was like, well, I'm on a diet right now, but, I don't think Tide Pod's got carbs in them. Might as well try it.
Some even made the trip to the popular donut spot to take home as a gift.
My 16-year-old son has been making all these jokes about Tide Pods.
Yeah. Okay.
Showing me all the memes with them. And he saw that they had them here with the donuts. And so I told him I would buy him some.
But not all are amused by this imitation capsule. On a post by the donut shop announcing the Tide Pod donut, one person commented, quote, "I'm sad people think this is so funny. So what if there is a size difference? This is bad. Children are going to see these and associate them with the Tide Pods," end quote.
Right.
Another quote said, quote, "This is uncalled for," end quote. But the owner...
Yeah. Okay, so the rest of it's not going to play. So, okay, so be it. But anyhow, yeah, they're going to associate this and with these Tide Pods and think, well, if I could eat the donuts, then the Tide Pods might not be so bad, right? Yeah. People don't think. It's just amazing. It really is. I just can't get over it. It's just amazing. Anyway, you're listening to the Gary Russen program. What do you think of that? Do you think that it's kind of stupid to go sit and make donuts out of Tide Pod with the colors, okay? And, if you really think about it, that is just in bad taste, okay? I mean, to really sit there and go and make... Come on, man. Just... people need a life. Yep. You know it. And that is from our show on January, let me see, I believe it, January 19th edition of the Gary Russen program in the final part. Bringing back the Tide Pod donuts. And that was a restaurant, it was a bakery, I believe, somewhere in, I think, Minnesota, I'm not sure, that was doing that. And I haven't heard anything about if they're still doing that at this point. Don't know, but that's, yeah. Don't know about that, folks. I mean, that's just plain crazy to make Tide Pod donuts, folks. I mean, come on. That's just kind of like really bad taste. Coming up on the best of the Gary Russen program, we're going to go to January 19th. Gary Russen program. I'll go back to January 19th. And the first time our good friend Mike Myers was on the air with us. It was a great show. I had a good time on this program. I think one of my best programs was the one we did on January 19th. That was a great show. As a matter of fact, I mean, I rate that with, I think, was 5, 6, maybe 6 stars. Because I rate my shows according to how good they are, according to how many stars I put on the show. In my, because I have another thing on my computer, a document on my Microsoft Word. And it's a document where it's called a post log. And after I go off the air, I go into that post log and I write down how the show went, how I felt what could have done better, maybe some of some of the things that might have backfired, various things like that, and I put it into a a little piece there so that I can go back through those shows monthly. I usually try to do it bi-monthly, where I kind of go through all the past shows. I kind of read some of my comments and see if I've improved on since then. If there's any work I need to get done on some things that maybe I could do better. Various things like that. And I put it in there and I read those whenever I get the chance. I just kind of read some of my comments about how the show could have been done better. And it's just for me. It's just a thing for me. But yeah, I do program logs. And I have a form on my on the Microsoft Word here. And I use that to see where I'm at in the hour, but also to do that. And then coming up in the tail end of our final part, and this is going to mean I'm going to add on a conclusion. We're going to do a conclusion. And I'm going to actually do this. It's going to be our final part, and it was the guest spot with Ben Osman Osan. The whole thing, I had to play it in its entirety. So it takes up, it runs about 54, something like about 54 seconds and 54 minutes and 57 seconds. So it runs almost an hour. So that kind of takes up my last hour of the show. So I'm going to put that in the final part. That's what I'll wrap it up with. So that's coming up, and I hope you'll tune in. That's all coming up next here on the Best of the Gary Russen program here on GGRB Online. So I have that coming up, and I'm going to use the remaining time now to kind of let you know what we got coming up here on GGRB Online. Now, next week, as I told you before, one more show, one more scheduled program of the Gary Russen program will air on Tuesday at 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock East, and 1 o'clock Pacific, right here on GGRB Online. The final Gary Russen program before my surgery date. So it's going to be kind of an open show. I'm going to be, talking about a little bit about it, but I'm going to kind of like just a little bit of it, because right now I'm still kind of fearful of this surgery. Various people telling me different things about it. One of which is that I'm going to probably have to have rehabilitation after it's over. And that we have a pastor, as we know, in the Quad Cities that had this same operation, and he had to learn to talk all over again. So, I like I said before, I don't know, exactly how this is going to work out for me. I'm hoping that I don't have to go through that and learn to talk all over again. But, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I really have no idea. It might be where I'll be okay, I'll come out of this, but and unscathed, and be able to talk normal, and be able to hold a conversation, and be able to get back at the mic here at GJRB. And I'm hoping that is the case. Whether or not I'll be able to, come out of this in good shape. So, I'm really hoping that it will work. So, who knows? We're just going to hope for the best here. I was going to play a segment with Blake Myers joining in the talk room. That was an opening monologue of a show that was the evening edition of the Gary Russen program. That's a monologue opening, and basically I think it was just a lot of sound checks or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it was about. So I'm going to kind of skip that segment. I kind of abort that because it's just, Mike Myers it's Blake Myers in the chat room. And I'm just going to abort that for another best of show. And I want to kind of fast forward a little bit. And after, we're going to take a break here pretty soon. I'm going to do another Weather on the Fives. And at about 4:30, we'll take the local cut and be back about 4:32 in around there. Let's see. My 9-foot signal cut. About 4:32. So I'm going to say we'll be back about 4:30 exactly, and about that in around there, 4:30. And I will be playing you the Mike Myers segment from our January 19th show. That runs 20 minutes, and then right after that's over, we're going to do the Ben Usman segment, and that will be our last one for this show because it runs a good hour, almost an hour, 54 minutes and 57 seconds. So it's a long piece. It's a great interview segment. Great conversation we were going on. We had a great time doing that. And, Ben's friends and, listeners and stuff who listened to the show and, they said, well, I had taken that episode off. And that was a Gary Russen program from January 30th. And the reason I took it off Spreaker is because I have to make room for other shows. And when it gets below 25 hours or less, I try to do is take some shows off to make room for new ones. Now, the shows right now on my Spreaker public site, and I'm going to click to that real quick here, only because I want to do something here. Looking at it right now, because I'm going to go to the page here and see if there's any listeners first off. No, I don't see any listeners live right now. But I want to go in. I want to go into my main site, and I want to click over to my episodes, and I have 29 hours left to go. Okay, 29 hours left to go. Now, next Friday is the GJRB Schedule Update podcast. That will get published Friday next week. That's the day after my surgery. The 13th will be published at exactly 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, and 9 o'clock East. That will be published automatically. The GJRB Schedule Update podcast. That's gonna that plus this show and the Gary Russen program I do on Tuesday, plus CCF Church Services, is going to bring it down to at least 27. I'd say approximately 27, maybe 26 hours of space taken. 71, probably 73, 74%. So with that in mind, and I'll be in the hospital next weekend. So when I get back out and I'm feeling up to it, I'm going to be slimming down the GJRB Spreaker public site a little bit and taking some of the shows off from March. So a lot of my March Gary Russen programs will be taken off. So, like I said before, when you listen to this podcast, this will stay on a while. But the next Best of Gary Russen program, I'll do the March, February, and March Best of. I'll get some of those clips, and I'll put those on for you. Those will be the clips of those shows that get deleted.
So if the shows get deleted, you still get to hear the show when I play clips of them. So if you have a clip, or if you listen to the show a certain day and you like that particular clip, let me know and I will put it in the best of rundown, okay? Just let me know what one you like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now do weather on the 5. See what we got here. And let's see what we got coming up in our, let's take a look at some temperatures across America right now. And it is now 35 degrees. And it's mixed precipitation in Charleston, West Virginia right now. 47 degrees in Birmingham, Alabama right now. 47 and cloudy. 44 in Washington, D.C. and cloudy. 36 degrees and cloudy in Memphis, Tennessee. 65 and partly sunny in Sacramento, California. 38 degrees in Buffalo, Illinois and sunshine. 44 in Boston, Massachusetts, and also they're having sunshine. In Shreveport, Louisiana, it's chilly. I didn't think they were. I thought it was going to be warm there, but they did have warm weather, but their temperatures did drop slightly. It's 44 degrees in Shreveport right now. 44 degrees in Shreveport, Louisiana. Going to take a look now at what we got here coming up in that. So I got a little bit more time. I'm going to kind of pop up here. I want to see what we got here. Weather on the 5s. I have till 28 after, so we have a couple more minutes to kind of throw in some more temperatures. And some more. Let's see. I have some. Memphis is in the alert number 2 right now. Memphis, Tennessee is under alert number 2. And let's see what's in alert number 2 for Memphis, Tennessee. They got a 38 degrees right now, Memphis. 38 degrees, clear right now, Memphis. The radar is clear. Some clouds this evening is going to give way to some mainly clear skies overnight. Low about 27. Winds light and variable. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high 49. No precipitation for tonight. Tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be snow in the forecast. 33 degrees with a 70% chance. 55 degrees for Monday. 36 degrees for Monday night. 20% chance of precipitation Monday. 10% for Monday night in Memphis, Tennessee. So your Memphis guys, your weather is going to be like ours here, cold. But they're saying, this is the last snow, and this will be the last one till November, and all this other stuff. I'll believe it when I see it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you right now, although I sincerely had my doubts. But you never know. I don't know. It could be. It could be. But I'm hoping maybe we get some really decent weather in the coming days. So let's hope for the best here, okay? And see if we can make a really good weather forecast here for pretty much the area. Okay, what we're going to do right now, we're going to be headed into that 4:30 break here pretty soon, so I want to, I got maybe another minute or so to drop in another couple of temperatures, but that is what some of you are expecting, and we'll do another weather on the 5s coming up, I'd say about 4:55, and maybe we'll squeeze one in here before we close out the best of the Gary Russen program today here on GGRB Online. Now, I'm not going to say whether or not the next Best of show is going to be live. We might do this, I might do the next one pre-recorded, because I don't know when I'll be back, and I'm hoping that I could get some weekend programming planned. I'm trying to get back to doing sports page, and I want to do another show, another Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. So I'm thinking of that when I get back. So I'll let you know what's coming up when I return. But I will be posting things from the hospital on my tablet. So just to let you know what's coming up on GGRB. And if I'm feeling really, really good after I get out of the surgery, more than likely I'll be posting some good optimistic stuff on the tablet that you'll see here on the Spreaker public site. So
you can prepare. But right now, though, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to take a break now, and I'll be right back. I got more coming up on the best of the Gary Russen program. I hope you'll stay tuned. I got Mike Myers coming up with that segment and a whole lot more. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. More of the Gary Russen program coming up on GJR.